الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. نحمد الله تعالى ونستغفر ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأزواجه وصحبه الخلفاء الراشدين المهديين من بعده وذمة على تحقيق خصوصا من علامة خلفاء الرسول على تحقيق أمر المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر عثمان وعلي وعلى بقية الصحابة التابعين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين. يا أيها المؤمنون الحاذرون اتقوا الله تعالى وإن الله مع الذين اتقوا الذين هم محسنون. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who is the first, the last, the manifest, the hidden, the one who has might and power over all things. All praises are due to Allah, who sent His Habib Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ as the mercy to the universes. And may all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Prophets, the Imam of the Messengers, the Master of the first and the last, the intercessor of the sinners, the most honored one in divine presence, Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ, and upon his noble family and blessed companions, especially upon the Khulafai Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar Farooq, Hazrat Usman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, welcome to you on this holy day of Jummah. Welcome to you as we have passed through the days of Hajj and Qurban, and as we are approaching the end of this Islamic year and preparing to welcome the new year. Welcome to you as we are preparing and getting ready for the holy day of Ashura. Welcome to the believers who are preparing themselves in these holy days and nights and who are awake and aware of these times that are honored in the heavens and on the earth. O believers, the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, the most beloved of Allah's servants to Allah are those with the best manners. And he's saying in another Hadith Sharif, nothing is heavier on the scale of deeds than your good manners. Another Hadith Sharif, he is saying, alayhi salatu wasalam, I was only sent to perfect the good manners. And Hazrat Ali Karmallah Wajha is saying, knowledge and good manners are the value of your soul. So strive to achieve them. For however much your knowledge and good manners increase, so your value and your worth will also increase. This way, the way of Rasulullah ﷺ, the way of the Sahabi Kiram, the way of the Awliya Allah, it is the way of good manners. Because the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he is the one with the best manners. He was sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to teach the best manners to the Bani Adam, to all of mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, verily you have tremendous good manners, a great character. And the believers must walk in the way of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, to follow the Sunnah. The Prophet ﷺ is giving good news to those people who are becoming people of good manners, saying, the closest ones of you to me the dearest of you to me and the closest of you to me in the position on the day of judgment are the best of you in manners. So what is good manners? In these days, 21st century Muslims, we have lost the sense of good manners because we are not connected to the people of good manners. If a person is not connected to an inheritor of the Prophet ﷺ, he cannot have true good manners. And without a connection to that inheritor, to a friend of Allah, to a shaykh, a person's manners, they are going to be fake. A person can put his head down in silence. He can smile at every person, but if he's not being guided and trained by a friend of Allah, then those manners are just going to be insincere. Because good manners is not to put something to you. Good manners, in reality, it is to get rid of the bad characteristics of the ego. It is to get rid of the bad manners of the ego. And to make the good manners of your spirit to come out. And one of the awliya Allah is saying, alayhi salatu wasalam, saying about the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, taking knowledge from him, that awliya Allah is saying, destroying an existing bad characteristic of the ego from the heart, it is more difficult than digging a mountain with a needle. So in reality, good manners is to understand yourself. Good manners is to understand your ego, to fight against that ego. Good manners is the meaning of the hadith. The one who knows himself, he knows his Lord. As Hazrat Abdullah ibn Mubarak is saying, people have talked a lot about good manners. It is enough to say that good manners is knowledge of yourself. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim al-Haqqani Qadasullah Sir is saying, don't think that good manners is easy. Knowledge can be learned by everyone. Good manners only by very few. O believers, try to reach high good manners. It will make you much more acceptable in the divine presence. It will put your ego down and mercy and blessings will rain on you. Be humble enough to come to someone who has been authorized to teach people good manners. And the awliya Allah, they speak the truth. And our Shaykh, Sahib al-Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kabrisi Rabbani, Qadasullah Sir, he is that Shaykh of Adab who is teaching us the Adab of the awliya and the Rasulullah alayhi wasalam. He was the Sahib al-Adab of that time. He is saying, teaching us, think about a tree. The trunk of the tree and the roots, they are like a man's faith. The branches are like the good deeds that he is doing. The leaves are like the knowledge that the man has. What's the most important thing on that tree? The fruit. If you don't have the fruit, then why are you raising that tree? Spending time for nothing. So faith, good deeds and knowledge must teach a man to give fruit. And the fruit is good manners. If you don't have good manners, then you will be kicked away from the divine presence. If you don't have good manners, then the people who have good manners will kick you away from next to them, or they will send you away, or if they cannot, then they will go away. In the old days, people were saying, because of that hadith sharif, people were saying, good people with good manners were saying, good manners may make an animal to become a human. Good manners may make a man to become a sultan, a king. Shaykh Effendi is also saying, all nations, they have lost their compass. They have lost their direction. They lost their ways just because they lost the manners. Just because they lost the teachings. Everyone does whatever they want. Nobody tells me what to do. I do as I like. You cannot. It looks like you are doing it, but you are just preparing your end to be in suffering. if you are not knowing what you are doing, if you are not consulting with elderly people, if you are not running to take their advice, then you are just preparing damage to yourself down in the road. So we must look and we must check. If we want safety in dunya and akhirat, then we must look. We must check. And we must understand where we are and what we are about. All shariats, all tariqats, all teachings, all knowledges, everything is teaching man how to have good manners. All orders saying do this, and all orders in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forbidding us saying don't do this, it is to teach us good manners. The one who has good manners is entering to paradise. The one who don't have good manners, they're closing the paradise doors to themselves. It doesn't matter where you are sitting. You can be sitting in the masjid 24 hours, but at the end of your time, shaitan puts the hook and pulls you out. You can be inside the dumpster all your life, but if you're always acting with good manner, then in the end, the awliya puts the rope and pulls you out from that mess that you are in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't leave His good servants, the ones who have good manners, to suffer in the end. Our work as believers, as murids, is to become the people of good manners. Our work is to learn good manners according to the teachings of our Shaykh, to be in consultation, to fight against our ego, to fight against our anger, our stubbornness, our arrogance, our envy. We must discover all of that in ourselves. If you're not discovering that in yourself, if you're already thinking that you are all right, and you're not throwing it out from yourself, either you are going to be stuck, or your ego is going to reach to you and going to pull you down more and more. You are drunk in that station, and it's very difficult then to wake up. You and me, we have that work to do. And that is the work of our Shaykh, and that is the work of this dergah. If we keep ourselves busy with that work, we will be in safety, inshallah. Our Shaykh is always repeating the words of Hazrat Yunus Emre, who's saying, Adab, it is a crown from the light of guidance. Wear that crown, and you will be safe from every curse and every disaster. And today is the anniversary of the shahadat of one of those mountains who wore the crown of adab, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, Qadazullah Sir, radiallahu anhu. Today is the anniversary of his martyrdom, and we are remembering him, and we are asking for his support, inshallah. The Holy Prophet ﷺ was saying about Hazrat Osman, Osman has the most shyness, haya, in my ummah, and he is the most honorable. And that good manner of Hazrat Osman made him beloved to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, every prophet has a close friend in paradise, and my close friend in paradise is Osman. And it is that good manners that made Hazrat Osman not even raise one finger to defend himself when he was reading the Quran al-Karim, when those rebels came to martyr him, to assassinate him. Oh believers, these are our examples. These are the stars that we must follow. In these holy days and nights of Zulhijjah, we should renew our intention to walk on their path, on the path of adab. Inshallah Rahman, that time we will be counted as being close to the ones that are beloved to Allah and His Prophet. Inshallah Rahman. Astaghfirullah, 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 lazim alazi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح Subuhun kudusun Rabbuna Rabbul Malaikata wa ruh. Inna dina indallahi al-Islam. Qamis salam.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu